All right, everybody. Welcome to the stream tonight. Thank you for joining me. Okay, oh, and there we go. Just checking and making sure everything looks good. And it does. All right. Welcome. It feels good to be back 2 days in a row. Um, and back to talking about something that I seem to talk about a lot, right? State and state management. Um, but tonight, we're going to get into things right away. Uh, Yesterday, we did a little bit of investigation about if we potentially use inject lazy um, in the NG extensions project to get a lazy loaded. I think we can do it, but I think it's going to take um, some more effort. And I keep covering my mouth because I keep playing with my facial hair. Probably going to shave it all off tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, we're looking at our vehicle right now. Um, we took the store out of the vehicle, but this feature right here, full vehicle, um, and really the only reason that this feature exists is because we were um, showing that we could nest stores like features within features, and then use features inside of single stores. Like the single store is highly composable. Um, And so we've nested a few features inside of our feature, and we don't really need this full vehicle. So I'm going to just take this out, and we are going to, that's all we need to do. Yeah, I should be able to just grab this and paste it in here. Because originally I thought, you know what, we'll put this full vehicle in its own state, but we don't need to, right? Really, when it comes down to it, our state can live here. Um, we can build up a store specifically for the application. Um, and that's one of the things that as we oh, where did all those tabs go? I had a whole bunch of tabs open and now they disappeared. That's a bit annoying. So in Excalidraw, we're looking at this, right? And each of these squares represents like a different layer, and blue represents different types of state, where state can live and where state's consumed. You probably make this like a dashed line to show that it doesn't really exist here. We're just consuming it here. Um, and similar here. But our state could live here. It can live here. Um, could even live inside of one of these. It doesn't really matter where it lives because it's modular. We can put it wherever we want it, um, which gives us some real power. Um, right now, it exists at the application level because we are actually running um, two different views of our data, right? So we've got this view, um, which works out nicely. We've also got kind of a wizard view where we can step through our data and you know step forward and back through our data. Any changes here are reflected everywhere they need to be. So this component is kind of a global component, but if we jump back here, we see that right away that's it's all reflected in the same place. Um, and that's kind of the beauty of what we're doing. Um, and so that kind of leads into um, where we want to go next. And I'm trying to decide. We need a back end of some sort to make this like a legit application. I'm trying to decide what kind of back end. We did the we did we did the Nest.js back end, and that was fun. I think I want to get back into .NET and pick some of that up. So we might do a .NET back end at some point in time. Um, but I don't think we're going to go there today. Let's instead, can we do online Vin decoder API? Just a Vin decoder API. You guys are going to want me to pay for it. Ooh, National Highway Transportation and Safety. These guys have. Within their vehicle API, decode VIN. Well, look at that. NHTSA has a decode VIN. They actually have a couple of different VINs. Oh, wow. Is this available for free? The other information on vehicles in the VIC database is populated using information submitted by the motor vehicle manufacturers through 565 submittals. VIN is assigned. Oh, this is a backup file for Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Um, I'm really curious. We go look at like the code bin method. If I click on the JSON, um, what did I get? There's a VIN there. Click here to see examples in multiple languages. I, I'm curious if we just build a VIN decoder right now. That might be fun. Um, JavaScript with jQuery. um, get models from make. Get VIN values batch. Curious. So looks like we can call these, but they aren't documented. So like here, if we hit this endpoint, we go over to our tab here. Um, we look, we sent this VIN. So if we were to grab this VIN, which was the one that was created by, um, it was created by Copilot. We go here and for our VIN, hit that. And then the other thing we need to do, and let's get this out of here. Close you. Turn off suggestions. I'm not sure when. So we need a model year. I think it's 2020 is our model year. It should be able to get the, oh, look at that. So it did decode our VIN. There's our VIN. Suggested VIN. So we got an error code. The check, oh, does not calculate properly. Model year warning. Model year entered for the VIN does not match the model year based on the 10th position in the market. Yep. So it did decode it as a Chevrolet, the make. It did decode it as General Motors, the manufacturer name. There's the Silverado, the model. The model year, I passed in 2020. I'm curious if we just take the year off. Come on. Will it decode it just fine? So if I take this off, it should still complain about the check digit in the VIN. But by taking that off, so yeah, it decoded it as a 2022. It was also built in, according to this, it would have been built in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in the U.S. Um, let's build a VIN decoder. Um, I'm very curious if we go back to the vehicle API here, we do decode VIN extended. What does this give us? Well, actually, I'm curious about the flat format here. So go take a look at the flat format. Here, do that. JSON with no model year. And there we go. So it does decode this. So search criteria is the VIN. It is giving us the ABS is standard. It's giving us active safety, adaptive cruise control, which was optional, adaptive driving beam, headlights, airbags. So it's got curtain airbags on all rows. This is the cool stuff that you can get out of VINs. So this is all of our equipment, right? An array of equipment. Let's pretty print this. Maybe that'll help. Oh, that's much nicer. So within the results, we get all of this equipment. Do we get a year? No, we get it that it's a truck, a vehicle descriptor. It looks like the vehicle descriptor is just the first part, and then they tack on some. Um, they're truncating the VIN in a special way. Turbo trim. So it looks like this gives us all the equipment. And if we go back to the other one, this one, what does this one give us? Uh, Possible value. We got the vehicle descriptor, um, destination market. So we got the make, manufacturer, the model, year, series, the trim, vehicle type, base price we don't know, body class is a pickup, don't know the number of doors. Really, we even get the GVW, the gross vehicle weight, 7 to 8,000 pounds. Um, and there's a lot of information in here. This is fascinating. This is bringing me back to my work at the auto auction. Uh, so there are two things to call. Engine. So we don't have fuel information. We also don't know engines or drivetrain. We do know that it's a gas engine. Um, Nothing about how, you know, we do know that it's 5.3 liter, um, 324 cubic inches, right? We also know that it's an 8 cylinder. So let's try pulling apart a VIN, and then we'll we'll modify our store based on VIN decoding. And in that store, we will set up like equipment and things like that, and get that. You have equipment here too. Um, like, it's got the emergency auto braking with pedestrians detected, crash notification, running lights, um, but not all of the equipment. Just looks like more safety equipment here. Bus information. Oh, we do have lane keeping assistance, lane departure warnings. Um, these are still, I would still call this stuff optional, or not optional. I would still call this stuff safety equipment, right? Adaptive cruise control, crash imminent braking, um, keyless ignition. I wouldn't call that safety. But the automatic pedestrian, traction control, safety, ESC, definitely safety. Um, these two are pretty common in modern cars, and it's why modern cars don't spin their tires as much. But in like sports cars, you can often turn these off, because they will affect your vehicle's performance. These are airbags, again, safety equipment, seat belts, top speed, turbo, EIDFM, aluminum, Gen 5, variation 2. All right. I need to stop looking at this and instead let's build a feature that will be able to decode a VIN. And then we can add this information. We can add a VIN decoder to our vehicle and see how that works, right? So our vehicle details, if we go take a look at our vehicle details, our vehicle details is where we put all of our, right here. With our vehicle details, this is where we put like our color, our engine type, our fuel type, and equipment and stuff like that. I think I want to keep this the same way, keep these separated just because it's going to show how the modular state will work. And then if we take a look at our vehicle info, within our vehicle info with state, so we're injecting this state, and this state is this model, right? So this is where our VIN, our year, make, model, trim, stock number, right? Because we're pretending to be an auction, things like that. That's where that exists. Um, so we have a couple of options, right? Like we could say, hey, the VIN decoder is really part of the vehicle store, right? It's a common thing that happens. We want to decode our VIN. I don't think that that's the way we want to go. Instead, I want to make VIN decoding a feature that can be added. Because again, we're going for modular, right? So as people are building their UIs against the state that we can build, and their modular, their modular UIs, um, we want them to be able to pick whether or not they want to use VIN decoding if they're also displaying vehicle info. Um, and so what we should do is over here. Don't want to do it here. It needs to be down in one of our libs. So here's our vehicle details library, and then our vehicle info. Although that's components. Never mind. It's all UI. Components are there. Where did I put the state? I put the state right by the stuff that uses it, right? This with vehicle info store feature, yeah, it's down here. And it is part of the vehicle info. We're going to add a new feature that needs to exist on its own. What is this? Oh, that's hilarious. So the the light bulb with the complexity stuff drawn on top of each other made it look like there was some funny character right here. I was like, what is this? It's not a funny character, it's just the light bulb icon. All right. So under libs, we're going to create a new directory. We're going to call this features. And inside of features, we are going to add with an X. We're going to add another library. And it will be an Angular library. Minimize that now. And so what's the name of the library? This is going to be our Vin decode feature. There we go. It's not buildable. Thank you for popping over the top there because that was what I wanted. That is getting. Oh, let's stop serving the application while I do this. That's why that keeps popping over the top. So um, we can see that it's going to put it in libs features Vindi code feature project. That's not where we want it to be. We want it in libs. Okay, libs features. Oh, yes, it is. I created that directory. We do want it to be in libs features, so that's in the right place. Buildable no directory is fine. Lazy loading we don't care about. Parent we don't care about. Publishable no. Routing we don't care about. Um, we aren't going to add that. We aren't going to add Tailwind. Change detection we can leave alone. Compilation we can leave alone. Display. This. Hmm. Change detection on push. Um, we're going to add the Vin decoder button to. We'll add a. Why is it? There's something weird going on with my shell. We aren't going to use display block because we're going to use. We'll just add that. Flat. Don't care about. Import path. This is where we are going to add at mod slash bin dot code dot feature. That's what that'll be imported from. We aren't going to inline styles just because it breaks my brain, and some of the tooling is better if you don't inline the styles. I've got some linting tools and stuff. I'm going to be fighting you the entire time, aren't I? Because that's what I want to do. Linter ESLint, that's fine. Prefix to apply. I believe we're using mod. Let me here, if we look, oh, mod dash state. So we go back. Our generator here. So our prefix should be mod dash state. And up here, our import should also be mod dash state. Linter's fine, prefix is fine, as provided is fine. It seems to be working just fine. Selector, we're going to leave whatever it generates. We are going to skip tests because we're going to use component testing. Make it standalone, make it strict. We're going to stay with CSS. The unit test runner is fine. Yeah, that's all good. At this point, we're just waiting. Should be able to generate. Not sure what's. I think it's capturing shells from here and. What's going on with my terminal? There is this nice little button here, so we could actually kill this terminal here, terminate that one. We could go out here and we could paste that and add a dry dash run to it and just see. And we also need to npm exec And that should, oh man, I think, I think I've got, for whatever reason, wind up with orphan node processes. Um, I'd forgotten about that. Let's go see. I can find those node processes and kill some of them. Oh wow. Yeah, we've definitely got some node processes. Kill a few of these. That killed that one. That killed that one. And now they're all dead. Make sure I don't have any others open and running. Still got a bunch of processes. Oh, why? And I think part of it's just Windows. I just don't think it's cleaning up its processes properly. Let's try running that again. npm exec, and boom, just my dry run on it. We'll see. It's just frozen. Uh, there's my shells. Got a whole bunch of node stuff running, but it's just not doing it. There we go. I had some open console. Oh, it's killed everything. Windows. Oh, there's a bunch of Windows command processors here. Um, Windows shell experience. WSL. Could run this under WSL. That might be a smart rating, but I don't know. Holy cow, at this. How many posts? And one of these is going to be the one that's causing my files to lock up, and it just to seem like it's taking forever. And it's something's relaunching consoles. That's awesome. I'm sure there's a way to do this with WMI. Just realized I probably should have just read that before starting the stream. Um, so yeah, something is definitely kicking off the console. Um, man, shell infrastructure host. Git running. Oh, that could be what's kicking off some of those. And I've also got this. End that task. Now let's give it a shot and see what happens. Um, again, with the dry run, nothing that should be holding you up here. I don't understand what could be holding us up. Something kicked off over here. By closing that and see, there shouldn't be a reason that that should do anything. It's just going really, really slow. WMI provider host. Should have restarted before the stream because this is crazy slow. I mean, I don't know what's causing it. Hey, Nixia, ciao. I had I had my chat window hidden. Good to see both of you guys. Welcome to the stream. Um, trying to figure out what is causing all of this fun issue. And I don't want to reboot in the middle of a stream because that's never a good idea. It may be a short stream just because I can't stand to wait this long. um, I don't see what's going on. My WMI provider host doing up a ton of this again. There's there's nothing here out of the ordinary. My CPU is fine. My memory is fine. My disk is fine. There's definitely something getting information about computer. It might be Streamlabs needing to access. There it goes. Finally finished. Like it shouldn't take that long for a dry run. Um, that's also not the directory we want to be in. So it's a good thing I did a dry run. Let's go to libs and then features. Let's run this dry run again. Oh man, I'm not sure why it's so slow. Like crazy slow. It took 4 minutes for it to just do a dry run. It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen it take this long. I can't even like I'm trying to think what would even make it take this long. Um just looking at what's actually running and there's hardly anything running. Chrome is chewing up a bunch of memory, which Chrome's just got so many processes. But still it's chewing up 2 gigs. Streamlabs is 1.2 gigs. Arc desktop window manager. Bitdefender virus. Is that what's killing me? Did I forget to? That one is off. Turn that off. That doesn't do anything. That one's not really affecting. I'm just trying to see what could be killing my system. Um, Web view 2. What is web? Feel that? It looks like there's a lot of services I need to clean up too. I've got a lot of stuff running that really shouldn't be. And that dry run took forever. Um, all right, let's finally get this Vin decoder. Um, gonna write it into the Vin decode source. That's fine. Perfect. Boom. Oh, another 4 minutes. um, this is compelling. So much fun. Crazy how slow this is. I guess while it's running for 4 minutes, 4 minutes. I know, I know, Michael. It's like, what is going on? How can this take 4 minutes? It's not doing. I mean, it creates a couple folders, drops a couple files. Usually this is done in a couple of seconds. Nowhere near this much time. Um, yeah, I guess while this is going on tomorrow, going to be speaking with the Angular community meetup. Um, so I'm the third speaker tomorrow. So I get to go hang out with everybody and just have a good time. I mean, it took that long to even say, "Hey, I'm running the generator." That's the crazy thing. I don't know what's going on. Um, Even just trying to figure that out. Like, it's like my computer's not that hot. Um, got one GPU pushing a bunch of 3D. Got the other GPU. They aren't even doing that much. So I'm like looking here, right? So I'm looking at this. That's pretty cold temperature um for the GPU that I've got for the the 4080 in the laptop. And then hardly doing anything here. I mean, of course I'm sending, and that makes sense for the amount of data that I'm sending while I'm streaming. Um, so that makes sense. Neither of my disks are doing anything. My memory is staying stable, and my CPU is like 30% utilization, and most of that is just due to it's just normal. When I'm running Streamlabs and streaming and all of that stuff, so I just don't know what's going on here. I'm probably gonna have to dig into like the logs after and see what could potentially be doing that. I wonder if it has something to do with the command prompts that keep popping up. Um, Wonder if I've got something that's intercepting command. I don't know. Just really, really weird. Um, and it's very frustrating. And it's actually to the point where I feel like I'm wasting your time and I might just have to shut things down. Um, Figure out what's going on and be back on Thursday. Like, this is madness. I've never had NX take this much time ever. Um, And usually when I've experienced like issues like this in the past, I would just go in and I would kill um, the various command prompts. There we go. Ah, man, that was painful. It was extremely painful. I'm very sorry about that. That, wow. So anyway, something weird going on. I probably just need to reboot. I haven't rebooted since yesterday. Um, I shouldn't need to. Like I haven't had to in the past, but Windows 11 has been just so hit and miss all the time. Um, but anyway, if we go into our libs down here in features, where did that go? IndyCode feature. Oh, you got put here. That's not the right place for you. Yes, refactor for me, please. Like things are fast here. That's what's crazy to me. I want my Vindicode feature here. Because I moved that, I think I need to go into my tsconfig.base. And inside of here, the Vindicode feature right here needs to be in libs slash features. What are you doing? Slash Vindicode feature. There we go. So that one is in the right place. Um, but we were using modular state. Goodness, this that is becoming frustrating. So now that should be fine. We're good there. The only other thing I wanted to look at was here, and we should look into our Vin. Nothing. Okay. So that's right. That's right. That's fine. Yeah. That one is the index. That's fine. Yeah, we're good. That should all be fine. Okay. Renovate. Config.base is good. So now we should be able to go to our Vindicode feature and actually do what I intended to do about half an hour ago. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure here. Take care of that one. Take care of that one first. Here we're just gonna say we removed nested store because we don't need a nested store anymore. And then the rest of this stuff should all just be Vindicode feature stuff. And it is. XJSON's fine. That one we just modified, so we stage all of this. And then we added the Vindicode feature. There we go. And this is going to house I named it feature because I was intending it to just house the feature itself, but we'll add the component too. Break a leg. What is bottlenecking? I don't know what is bottlenecking at Firewall. I know it really messes with my web store when I use Windows. Um, so I've got my firewall turned off. I typically do that. There's something that's very, very broken with my command prompt, is what I think it is. I'm probably missing an update or something. It seems to happen quite a bit. Who knows? Maybe CloudStrike's still messing Windows. I'm just joking mainly, but WSL. I haven't tried WSL, but we can try WSL. So WSL. That didn't launch my WSL, so let's close that. Um, Wait, what is the difference between? Oh, there we go. Even that took a while to launch, and then it errored and died. I don't know what these developer command prompts are and developer PowerShell. Oh, these are for VS 2022. Um, See, I use WSL quite a bit because I run some AI stuff, and I use WSL to run my Docker containers for the AI. So it should be registered. But really weird that WSL. Try Windows subsystem for Linux. No, I didn't even want to. What are you doing, Edge? Man, now that Edge is launched, actually, so uh, one of the things that frustrates me the most about Edge is when it launches, it actually registers itself to pre-launch the next time you launch Windows. So after the stream, because Edge decided to launch itself, uh, but yeah, my WSL prompt taking quite a while. I don't want to get too distracted here. What I want to do is get down into the feature and into our source, into our lib. And no, I'm not trying to move anything there. We're going to delete this. We don't want it. And that means inside of our index, we got to clean up after ourselves. There's just some weird, like some really weird stuff going on. So the first thing we want to do is within our lib, we want to add a new directory, and this will be our feature directory. And inside of our feature, we need to add a new index file. And the reason we're doing that is we want to keep our bundles small. And if we put everything together in the same index, it often causes bundling issues. So things wind up in the initial bundle where we don't want them to be. So here we'll add a new index.ts. And then we also want to add a new TypeScript file, and this is going to be our feature. So this will be our vin-decode coder, and this will be our feature.ts. And so from index, I really am confused by what's going on right now. But we want to export star from dot slash feature. Oops, we don't even want that. We want bin. Oh man, go ahead and rename this so that it's Vin decoder and not Vin decoder. There we go. Here from Vin dash decoder dot feature. There we go. It is telling us that dot ESLint RC dot JSON. Fit my ESLint. Oh yeah, because I moved it, so it needs to be dot slash. So up from here, where are we? What is this? So features, we're in features libs, and we want to be in modular state. So we need one more dot. And that should fix the ESLint here. Is not a module. Yep, you're absolutely right. It's not a module yet. Okay, I was worried for a second there that I still had something messed up, but we don't. So what we want to do is we want to export from here. We want to export our Vin decoder feature, and this will be a new signal store feature. And so for this to work, we need to have I need a const on this. And I don't know why it keeps trying. Must be moving the mouse just right. Here. Okay, so I need to wrap it in a function. So here I want to export function with encoder. Boom. There it goes. And here we want to return this. Now we can return that. And so basically what we're doing is we're setting up a way for us to get, our Vin decoder into any sort of signal store state. So like we could add it here if we wanted to, or anywhere else, but our Vin decoder relies on a couple of things. So we want to tell it that it has a certain shape. And so the state needs to have, yes, it needs to have a type of string. And that should be good. I think, why is it complaining about state here? Probably because I haven't added anything after it, right? So after this, we are also going to add a few things. So we want with method, and here we need to import this. And let's close this so you guys can see some more. But we're going to add our methods, and yeah, now it's not complaining. So the first method we want, we're going to have some state, and we're going to need to do some stuff with it. So um, we want to decode our VIN. So to do that, we need a service. Um, and I want to create the service with NX. That's going to be painful. What is this for? Why do you want me to do a TS ignore? Um, there's some weird stuff going on here. Really, yeah. Reactive forms and signals. So I can't take all of the credit here. I used to flip flop between the two, reactive forms and template forms, and I would be like, "Oh, reactive forms are better, template forms are better," and then the whole Ward Bell stuff came out, right? And I spent a good deal of time in the hallway talking to Ward about his template forms, and he had some really good ideas that I've since stolen and made my own, right? Good artists innovate, great artists steal. Um, to quote the famous movie. Um, and you know, he was the one who pushed me in the direction of template forms, and I just haven't looked back because I haven't found a reason to go back to reactive forms. And what have I got here? I'm just so worried about creating this service. Inside of here, I want a new directory. This would be my services. And here, I just want to add service. And the name of the service is going to be the um, Vin decoder. Um, and name of the project is not vehicle. Oh no, I'm all over the place. Go ahead and cancel this. Um, so here, where did my here? Let's move this down. I don't go. Okay, you don't want to move. That's fine. We'll just create a new folder and not check you in. So this is my services folder. And here we're going to generate a new service. And this will be my Vindicoder. Oh, that's a service worker. Not what I wanted. Services, generate service here. The name of the service will be Vindicoder. The name of the project is my Vindicode feature. For my service, yeah, we can leave it flat. Thanks for popping that up. And we aren't going to skip tests. This one, I don't know if I want to wait 4 minutes. Why do I have so many generates open? I didn't kill them. That's why. There we go. Yeah, his talk was I barely talked to Ward at NGComp, but he was the push to give template forms a shot. And he definitely was. And there was kind of a bit of a rivalry going on there with between him and Kara. And um they would each give talks that would kind of reference the other person. Hmm. Oh, I can stop NX generate. Realize I could do that. Um, yeah, the NX generator is really good in NX, and I'm just really I'm frustrated with whatever my system is doing right now. Um, but I didn't realize that I could just stop my generate here. I don't want to because we're like 2 minutes into a 4 minute process that should only take like 10 seconds, if that. But um, that's really cool. The reason I've never seen that is because I've never even thought that I would need it. I really don't know why. There's definitely something going on here that's just frustrating. Um, and it has nothing to do with Angular or WebStorm. It's entirely Windows. Um, well, I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I'm willing to bet it's Windows. Um, ah, about ready to call it. I don't want to lose the Vindicoder, but this is becoming a bit frustrating. I do so. I was working with the VS Code version. I do really like this right here, the working directory. Oh, I can even change the working directory. That's nice. That's really nice feature. And maybe it is in the VS Code version, but I've never taken the time to stare at this because it hasn't taken me 4 minutes to do anything. Ah, go hidden tab. Yeah. Yeah, non-NX projects using an old version. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know it was how honest forgot he works for NX. Yeah, Chow. Chow. I didn't realize. I don't want to. I don't remember the exact amount of time, but I was surprised that I honestly thought Chow was kind of a fixture at NX, right? He's been there forever, but he started fairly recently, and he came from a UI library, which is why I really appreciate Chow's feedback and stuff when I'm coding UI stuff because he's very very good at it. He's good at a lot of things, but particularly at man, this is crazy. I may just call this. Um, oh hey look, my dry run finished. How long did that take? It's not even totally done, is it? Um, maybe it is. I want to click generate. Kill that. We'll kill that. We'll go here. Go um go to the Vindicode feature. Um and that's a lot of fun. Uh, let's go into the source services. Source lib. Oh, we've got a feature here. That's kind of ugly. Oh, never mind. That makes sense. Source lib service. I did that. The source lib services. And now paste this in npm exec, paste that. And this should give me my service. I'm really trying to decide what I want to do. Um, I think I'm gonna call it. Go spend the evening with my wife and daughters. Get this all figured out. Um, right now, it's particularly painful. Does the Angular CLI take the same amount of time? So once you've got NX installed, running the CLI takes a little bit of. Oh, hey, look at that. That was only 1 minute, 5.66 seconds. That was a quarter of the time. Um, yeah. So like if I try to do like an ng generate, right? Service. I don't even npx ng generate service. I don't even think I have the Angular CLI installed outside of workspace. That is really weird. Um, so npx ng generate dash dash help. Oh, pnpm exec ng generate dash dash help. But um, can I not can I not shorten generate down to G? Can. So I should be able to do like an ng generate dash help. Yeah. Yeah, G should work. I agree. Um, so because I don't have the Angular CLI installed, and then I think NX decorates the CLI if you have it installed, um, so that it won't run in the project that you're running it in. Um, so all of that to say, I don't know that it would run. Um, yeah, I think I want to at least get the Vin encoder in place, but I feel like I'm wasting everybody's time fighting against the computer right now, right? Because we've got the service here. Do we have the services? Where do my services go? But when it, oh, I needed to put it in services. They are source lib. I'll put it here. Dang it. Running it from the CLI is not working out for me. I don't know why I keep doing this, but go ahead and delete this. There we go. Now we've got our services. So here's our service. I don't want to provide this in root because we're just going to inject it when we need it. I actually, one of the things I don't provide services in root very much anymore. Um, and um, I find less and less that I need to. Typically, what I'll do is I'll create the service and then I typically just export function. Um, yeah, like we just to provide in. Yeah, this actually is fine. Actually, no, it's not. Because we don't want this. We actually want this to be a provider array. Right now, we can just use a provider and import that from Angular. And then here, we just say, hey, return. And then we just provide decoder service and use class decoder service. Right? And actually, we don't even need to do that. This is a bit of overkill. We don't even need to do this. That's way too much overkill. We could just put decoder service in the array, and we don't need to do that. So that shows you how much this is messing with my head. Just have my computer playing around like this. Um, um, but yeah, so we would do a decode vin. That's absolutely good. Our vin could be a string. Yep. And I think what I'm going to do is just grab the URL that we're using here. So um, here is the decode vin. So that comes from there. And then the next one is just to decode equipment. And that also has a vin on it, and that's a string. And we will grab that from here. Grab sure that I've got the right stuff. There's my decode vin for decode equipment. And then I did want to just add a message that, hey, vin, what is coder is based on JS API and make sure that we grab the right thing. It's probably right. that looks right compared to what it had. Yeah. So I just want to get all of this notated so that we can pick it up. And yeah, on Thursday. I will get this figured out by Thursday. What is going on? But this was incredibly frustrating. Um, what we're going to do is it looks like the root URL is this. So that's what we'll set up in our service is the root URL. Um, we'll probably create an injection token around that so that we can inject something when we're testing this service. Yeah, that will come on Thursday. And I definitely want to take some time to make sure that we set this up to be testable and then write the tests for it. That's something that I haven't been great at on stream, and I want to make sure that we get back to that. But thank you, Michael, for coming and participating. Thank you, everybody else who's here. I do apologize. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'm gonna have to dig in and figure out what is causing this mess. Actually pretty frustrating. But you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Tomorrow night I will be speaking at the Angular Community Meetup. Come join us. It's a lot of fun. It's free. It's online. It starts at, let me get the right time for you guys. So it starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Um, and let's go Angular Community Meetup. So this is the website for the meetup, and these are the amazing organizers. They're amazing people. I used to help organize with them. Definitely miss helping out sometimes, but let me get this into the chat for you guys. If you want to attend tomorrow, just go ahead and click on LinkedIn. You can follow them on Twitter. And if you ever want to give a talk, you can click this button. But yeah, you should come join us tomorrow. It will be a lot of fun. I'm pasting this into the various chats so that everybody can have it. Yeah, come check it out. Actually, let's go. So tomorrow, um, we have a lightning talk, and then Kate is going to be speaking. And so I knew Kate as Kate Sky, and so she got married, and so now she's Kate Gable. And so when they said Kate Gable, at first I was like, oh, I know a Kate, and then I realized who it is. She's going to give an amazing talk. I love talks by Kate. Bradley, he gives very in-depth talks. He's a lot of fun to listen to. And then this guy, you can hang around if you want to or not. You know, whatever. But it's going to be a good talk tomorrow. Kate's going to be talking about NX mono repos. It's like getting a home for a growing family. That's awesome. I Kate always has great ideas. And then um, I was told I'm going third. I may be second. But and then Bradley talking about composing Angular components, which we were trying to do today, but we'll get that figured out. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you tomorrow if you can join. If not, we'll see you on Thursday.